Guys, so today we're doing the Gadgetron. This thing that you can buy ammo from, and then you get full ammo, and then you can fire some shots, change gun, some more shots, and then press G again. You can instead of 13, I can buy 2, and then buy 4, and then is dynamic. Can change guns and stuff. And it got filters so it does not affect my weapons and gadgets with no ammo and melee weapons that we're going to add later to the game. So let's make it. First things first, on our character I added a new variable called Gadgetron with a boolean. So yeah, basically this actor right here, so it's the Gadgetron actor, just a simple, cube, sphere, and a sphere collision. So I've got two events on component begin and on component end overlap. So this sets the, if the player is in range, basically he can just open the Gadgetron menu. Now if he presses the gun that we use to open the gun picker, which is G, and if you release it, will do nothing. If you just press it and he's not near the Gadgetron, we're just going to proceed on doing the other UI stuff we did in the previous tutorials. But if he's close, we're going to create a Gadgetron widget, add it to the viewport, set the gameplay with visibility to hidden, input mode UI only, and show mouse cursor. And I've created a custom event that's called when the Gadgetron is closed, called Gadgetron end. So we set the visibility of the gameplay UI widget back to visible, set the input modes, and then update the UI's GAN ammo bolts, because we spent bolts to get ammo, so we want them to show on the top. Set the gun, the mouse cursor, and then just equip our first gun. So yeah, basically our Gadgetron widget has got right there a character variable that maybe we could expose on spawn, but we just grab it on the construction script. So let's see what's going on there. So text, couple of buttons, and the exit one, and the border in the middle, that's I called container, and I exposed all these to variables. Now why do we use a container? Because we want to just add children to it, one child at a time, which it can take by definition. So if you go here and type border, mouse over, can contain one child widget, providing an opportunity to surround it with adjustable padding and background image. So yeah, that's basically it. Now this is the blueprint, pretty simple. I've exposed my stuff right there, and I also got an index variable, a weapons and weapons node. So first on the construction, we grab the character, set the reference, call refresh. Now this part is going to refresh the UI, so that's the event right there. It's going to clear the children of the container, clear the weapon nodes that are actually this part for each weapon is created. I'll explain to you later, it will make sense in the end. So then we call this function Gadgetron data get. It's a new function I made on the third person character, so it just uses a local variable right there, an array, clears it first, and then adds stuff up there. So we grab every weapon on our weapon roster that's not of a raw weapon class, that means it's empty, and that has not got either max ammo 0, that means it's a melee weapon, or has got full ammo, because when you get full ammo you don't want to buy more ammo because it's already full. If these are true, we just add the current weapon that we're looping through to the Gadgetron weapons, and then we just return them. So it basically grabs the weapons that need a ammo refill. So then we just set our local weapons variable right there, loop through it, and then create a Gadgetron node widget for each weapon. Then we're just going to add this to our weapon nodes because we want to keep track of these node widgets we add. Then if there's actually stuff, there are actual stuff on the weapon node, so it's not empty, thus the length being greater than 0, we just add the child to the container, the first one of the list, and also set it to the current one as well as the index. So this is just an initialization. The first element, which is index 0, gets to be the current and gets added as a child. So how do we actually move through this? So we got an array of these weapon nodes right there, which I'm going to explain later how this works, by the way. And how do we like change it? So if we go and play, we got like buttons, but now it doesn't work because my flamethrower has full ammo. So let's just consume some ammo. If I go back there, I click the ticks and or back. Well, the back's not working yet. We'll make it work, hopefully. So yeah, basically that's the scorcher, and I can buy ammo if it's full. Only bomb glove if it's not full. That happens. So yeah, pretty much we've got 2 events on clicked next and clicked previous. This is the next, this is the previous button. So if you go back to the graph, I've got these try index up and try index down. So I think this is the part where it does not work. Yeah, decrement should be. Now it works. You know, typos, everybody does them. So yeah, on try index up, it basically checks if you add 1 to the index and it's like greater than the current length of the array. You know, length is kind of different. Length and size functions, you need to actually negate one to check if something is in range. So if it's in the range, it's going to just set it to the next value, then set the current weapon node to what we want to use, clear the childrens of the container, that means clear the current displayed node, and then just add the child as the new weapon node. So if it's out of bounds of the array, it's going to grab the first weapon again, so it's going to reset actually and do the same thing. The same principles are used for the try index down. So it's going to like check if it's in range. So if it's not negative, if it is, just going to negate it and set the current weapon node. It's actually this part is this part as well. So if it's negative, it's going to set it to be the end of the array, so length -1 this time, and then same stuff again. Now let's check out what the Gadgetron weapon nodes actually is. So as you can see there, we got a couple of variables. One is the Gadgetron reference, which is this widget right there, and the other one is the weapon reference. Right there, I've exposed it as a variable, this weapon and Gadgetron reference. As you can see, the tick box is right there. So let's check it out. We got the weapon name. This is immutable text, what I'm clicking right now. So the weapon, these 999 and 20, 111 and 0 are actually editable, and this is just a big button with an event tied to it. So we grab the weapon reference, grab the weapon name, set to that, grab the max ammo to buy, which is like how much ammo has this player wasted and wants to buy again. We just hit the price parameter right there, and we've got an editable text, which like the player can type in how much ammo he wants to buy, and then another text that is dynamic. So when this changes as well. So let's go back to a graph. Oh, and by the way, all these are exposed to variables, as you can see right there. So we've got, where is it? There we go. So a custom event called update text, and the event construct pointing to the same row of instructions. So set the text of the weapon name to be the weapon name, set the max ammo to buy to be the weapon's max ammo minus the current ammo. So that's logic. Also set the default ammo to buy to be actually the max ammo the player can buy. So yeah, this will be set to that in the beginning, and set the price per ammo to ammo price. By the way, I added, if we go to the guns, and weapon, and we go right there. I added a new variable called ammo price, so the price per ammo unit will be it, and I also changed it on the weapons, but we can like set it to whatever we want later. Now that's basically it. So basic events, the on clicked on the buy button that buys, and the on text changed. So if the text changed and the text is empty, we want to do nothing because the player is actually typing but has not typed nothing. So if it's not empty and we'll now check if it's numeric after we convert to string actually. If it's not numeric, it's going to just set to the default value, which is the max ammo that the player can buy, which will calculate up there as well. But if it's numeric, it's going to actually set the cost, which is this part right here, to the ammo that the player wants to buy times the ammo price. So yeah, it's going to convert to string and then back to int right there, multiply them. On our buy button, we actually only check if the text is numeric. So if it's not numeric, we're not going to do anything because we can't like buy a non-numeric amount of bolts. I don't know, should make sense. Then we grab the character reference, check if he's got enough bolts. So if he's got enough bolts, we're just going to, let me organize it right there. We're just going to set his current bolts to his current bolts minus the bolts required to buy the specified ammo, and then we're just going to call the ammo get on the weapon reference right there. If you remember the function get ammo with the current ammo that the player bought, it's stored right there. So from our text convert to an int. Then we're going to check if the weapon has got max ammo. That means if his ammo is equal to the current ammo, we're just going to call refresh on the Gadgetron. This is going to just grab again all the weapons that need reloading, thus removing this one which is maximum. If it's not, we're just going to update the text again. So I don't know, maybe the player wants to buy ammo twice for his weapon, maybe he's made up his mind, that's why. So I know this kind of seems premature and not AAA, but I'm not a UI designer. I'll try to get a guy to just polish it a bit, fix the locations and all this stuff on the UI stuff, maybe get some extra meshes. So till then, we've got a working prototype, and see you in the next tutorial.